Anime, you gotta stop doing this. Like, all this anime I'm watching recently, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. I only have so much limited time to read and watch things. You get me so damn invested in these series, I just want to start the manga. Food Wars, don't do this to me. Like, fuck. I already want to watch Assassination, or read Assassination Classroom today. And then you do this, you give me an episode like that. Yo, man. That Shokugeki at the end left fucking Phil. Well, I actually know. I sensed it. Because if I was Soma, I wouldn't put up with that dude's bullshit. I wouldn't. Because that dude right there, what he did in this episode, what he displayed to Megami, that's bullshit. Just straight up bullshit. What he did to her was not right. Now, honestly, it wasn't. I will get into that in a moment. I just want to express myself real quick. This episode, hands down, best episode of Food Wars. Nothing has beat this episode. That ending alone, my god. But the focus on Megami as a female character, I love that. I love getting to see how she tried to overcome these issues she experienced by herself. And she figured out how to turn this food and make it pass. Like, if the dude wasn't an asshole, like, if that guy was not a prick about judging, this is a dude that fired someone over their fucking shampoo. This is exactly the same dude. And so when Megami decided to change something just barely, just to make it to where the flavor stayed there, and like the look of it stayed the same, the dude fails her. Like, what the fuck? Like, let's think about this, okay? If you were a chef, there's always, I'm not an expert chef. I've already made this clear enough. I'm not an expert chef, not even a good cook. Like, I'm not the best cook. But when you're a chef, I know for a fact you're going to deal with issues that you will not expect while you're cooking. When you're a chef cooking food, you're probably going to have to overcome issues that you never saw coming when you entered that kitchen that day. For instance, you'll never know that if you're out of stock on something or something bad is going to go wrong, let's say like an electric appliance goes out that day, you're kind of fucked. And so you have to make way and change things up to try to get your food out, because here's the thing. If you're running a business and you're cooking, okay? And you're having this big multi-million-dollar business, bringing in all this money and customers and stuff like that, if something goes wrong, sometimes you need to make changes, slight changes to recipes or the way you normally work to be able to pump out the food still, or anything. This goes to any business. Not just food in general, but any business in society, there will always be things that go wrong. And sometimes you have to change the normal pattern, recipe for instance, to be able to continue working. And to see how this dude got so fucking butthurt because Megami had to change something, which I understand. It was the task at hand, she had to follow the recipe. Fine, let's give him that. Okay, I will give him that. Let's say that is fine. But what was messed up and really pissed me off and threw me over the edge in this episode, and I am so glad Soma did a Shokugeki, was because this dude purposely put in bad food to fuck over the contestants in this training camp. That's messed up. That's straight up messed up. See, normally I would kind of be fine, but something like this is really fucked up. See, this dude, these people actually are testing for people that are good chefs and failing the ones that fail. Okay, understandable, you have to be harsh. This dude is harsh, I understand that. Fine. Thing is, this dude made it where he set up people to fail. And that is bullshit. You shouldn't do that. That's straight up, like something like this in a business where you're a cook, and you're the dude delivering the goods, the products. For instance, what Soma said in this episode, like, you as a chef, as our businessman, our leader, you fucked up. You were the person that screwed us over. You gave us shit, and then you expect us to just crash and burn, and then you fire us over your mistake. And Soma had a very good-ass argument, but in real life, what the boss says usually goes. So, even if the boss is wrong, you usually gotta just suck it up, be a man, like, okay, gotta listen to my boss. Even though we know he's wrong, usually you have to listen to the boss. Okay, I understand that point. The point is, the boss right there, the way he went about it, he purposely fucked them up to make them fail. Like, even if, let's say this, let's say Soma would have gotten one of those. He would have been fucked up. Like, any expert chef would have been screwed over right there. Even if they were an amazing chef that is just unimaginably great at cooking, would have been felled because this dude decided to rig this test. I don't approve of that at all. I don't. That is fucked up and wrong. You should not do that. And so, to see how Megami used her skills to actually overcome the recipe, and she changed it to be able to have the recipe look the same and taste the same, so that the dude kind of managed to, you know, taste a little bit different, but it was still fundamentally kind of the same thing. And to see what he did was not right, especially what happened. So, thing is, okay, that I want to point out, to see how this dude failed. Like, he failed at first things first, he failed as a boss. Straight up, he failed as a boss. Second, he failed at giving a fair test to everybody. I mean, this test is supposed to be brutal. This training camp is supposed to be brutal, but it should be fair to all individuals. It should be. Number 3, the way he expels some people is really messed up. Like, the dude, both people that were just talking got felled. And that showed you the strict nature of this dude in this episode, of how strict he was in, you know, expelling people. But I didn't find it was very right. I didn't really find that it was right, especially after how he done that. And especially with the dude with the shampoo a couple episodes back. Kind of fucked up, but still, it's just like, yeah. I'm really mad right now. I'm really heated up right now because of this dude that just... I don't like it. I don't like people playing mind games and shit with someone like that. Like, you know, what he did in this episode. Because that's some serious business. When you're getting in the kitchen, you're wanting to cook, things happen. Shit happens. And you cannot judge what's going to happen next. Like, you know, 2 minutes from now, a lightning bolt can strike through my roof, okay? I wouldn't know that shit. There's no way. Unexpected things happen. You'd never know. And this dude needs to understand that sometimes you got to change things. There's my point. That's it. That's all I want to say. So, I'm going to end this here. I'm loving Food Wars. Fucking great ending. Soma, kick his ass. Kick his ass, Soma. Just kick his ass. Please. Just kick his ass. Okay? Got that? Okay. So, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.